Then the 2010s came around, and 2 years in a row, we got video games that feature a version of Disneyland. Or in the first case, a sort of netherworld Disneyland. Yes, the first game is Epic Mickey, the video game whose development required Disney to trade a whole-ass human being to Universal for a rabbit. Epic Mickey is set in the Wasteland, where forgotten characters live. Some of them are characters whose stories were told but have since been forgotten. Others are characters who were abandoned before they were even released. And Oswald has shaped the Wasteland into a bizarro Disneyland, building attractions that parallel the Disney attractions and even building animatronics of the Mickey gang. The game's full of deep Disney fan service, with main levels being set in these bizarro Disney park realms, and in-between levels set in these side-scrolling takes on classic Mickey cartoons. The Wasteland's equivalent of New Orleans Square is the Bog Easy, and it's populated with some familiar haunts. Yep, big surprise, it's the Lonesome Ghosts, who apparently have been forgotten despite showing up several times in previous adaptations covered on this list. Maybe someday I'll get tired of seeing them pop up in mansion adaptations, but I doubt it. I love those silly guys. Here, the side-scroller levels are based on Lonesome Ghosts, as well as a few other Mickey cartoons, and you finally get to the Wasteland's equivalent of the Haunted Mansion. Lonesome Manor, an imposing mansion cobbled together from unfinished pieces of haunted mansions around the world. I like that Lonesome Manor incorporates a mishmash of all mansion designs, but kind of a missed opportunity to not just have this be the Museum of the Weird. Inside the manor, there's architecture reminiscent of the mansion, as well as familiar marble busts who give you advice, platform puzzles with floating tables, and plenty of restless spirits for you to rescue. Then there's a fun twist on the stretching room with variants of the portraits that are familiar but not identical to the ones we know. Boy, did this lady marry all of the singing busts? You have to realign them so that the portions are lined up properly. A simple but effective little puzzle. I enjoyed it. Much more fun than the Famicom take on the stretching room. Then there's the library, which is in chaos right now, and this is where you meet Madame Leona. Leona, with an N. The game leaves it ambiguous whether Leona is a forgotten draft of Leota, or if she's a creation of Oswald in his bizarro theme park, but she's basically Leota in everything but one letter. We know she's not a toon because thinner doesn't work on her and just kinda annoys her. She wants you to restore order to the library, and she has other tasks for you as well. You don't have to do all the tasks, but the more you do for her, the more she'll help you out later. So this Leona variant on Leota is not quite as benevolent as some, not quite as vicious as others. She's very much a you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type, and you know, that's fair enough. I think that's a good place for Leota to be. Also, there's a hatchet here that belongs to Constance, who was apparently once the owner of Lonesome Manor. I love that Constance used to run the manor. I imagine she was a resident of Wasteland up until the moment she was brought back to the real world to replace the Beating Heart Bride. Then there's the ballroom, where the organ is giant, sentient, and grumpy. You can befriend him by somewhat tediously jumping on the keys he wants you to play. It's annoying, but still less annoying than a lot of the games I've played today. Then you make your way up the pipes to the attic. And in the attic, you fight the Mad Doctor, and it doesn't have that much mansion-y stuff, so I don't have to keep talking about it. Out of all the video games I played for this video, this may not be the best mansion adaptation, but it is far and away the most fun game. I'm actually going to continue playing this game for fun, and that is not something I can say about the others.
So hurry back, we would like your company.